I never thought that I would be a drinker, but as soon as I had one drink, I knew that that would completely wipe out all of the chaos in my head. I graduated to marijuana, ecstasy, cocaine, anything that meant I didn't have to feel what was in my head. My name is Lani. I live with a mental illness. This is my experience. A canvas all covered, the blackest of black, for there's nothing eternal, it's all a big sack of lies, of hate. Writing for me has always been an outlet. From a little kid, I've just always felt like writing can be a release, a really positive release. I kept journals since the age of 7, and then I grew a love of literature, which has now turned into an amazing outlet for me to really get a lot of my feelings out with regard to my mental illness. Going back to when I was about 16, I guess some of the major signs that I wasn't well was the fact that I went from competitive swimming, riding, going out with friends and doing constructive things, to just seeking out destructive behaviours, smoking marijuana, drinking, anything to do to just feel numb and get out of my headspace, which was really negative. I still got through my day-to-day things. I passed year 12, I got into uni, and I still ticked all the boxes I needed to be considered normal, but at the same time I was on a destructive path. I didn't really open up to anyone about what I was going through. I just became destructive and wanted to escape. For me, I guess it came to a point where I realised that the alcohol and drugs weren't the answer. The more destructive that I was, the worse my mental illness became, and I wanted to live, and I was fast heading to suicide. To try and sum up having rapid cycling bipolar it's almost too hard to explain. You know, I'll have 3 days where I seriously think that I can take over the world. I want to sell my house, buy a boat. I feel invincible. And then on the flip side, I come down and I feel horrible, and I almost can't believe that I was that person a few days ago. My head is in a constant state of chaos, and it's actually something that, even with medication, I have to constantly try and stay on top of it. I worked with my doctor, my psychiatrist, my husband, my family and friends to all sort of be on the same page and have a treatment plan that we were all a part of. Always being aware of my moods, always taking my medication, doing constructive things and having a list of constructive things. My husband and I one day sat down and wrote a list of things, cool things that we could do instead of me just, I guess, descending into my darkness. Sometimes there are instances where I do relapse. We got broken into 2 weeks ago, and just the feeling of violation, and it triggered all sorts of horrible thoughts in my head, and instead of being able to be constructive and do one of the positive things in my treatment plan, I resorted to drinking, which I was upset about. I had to sleep, woke up. My husband and I had some good chats and related it all back to my treatment plan, and then I felt positive again, like, you know what, I am owning this thing. The lows follow highs, tiresome to navigate. Yes, no, oh how she wants to go, but the ties that bind. So she shines and she dazzles and she lights out the black.